Riding a bike can be a total rush. But let's face it, some bikers out there are just straight up idiots. Bikers think they're invincible and above the law. They ride recklessly and start acting ludicrous. But as the saying goes, what goes around comes around. In this video, we'll take a look at some biker bullies who learned a hard lesson. So sit tight and get ready for some sweet, sweet justice on two wheels. You know what they say, do not text and drive. It's obvious that this applies to bikers also, right? Well, not for this young man, it appears. Watch as he rides his bicycle straight into a van, all thanks to his mobile phone, which kept him distracted. Lesson learned? No more texting while cycling. Watch these complete idiots wreak havoc on the roads, swerving into oncoming traffic and pulling all sorts of needless stunts. It's only a matter of time before karma catches up with these bikers. I think it's normal for bikers to let go of the throttle when getting off their bikes, right? Well, not for this young lady here. She decides to keep on accelerating while getting off, and very soon pays the price for it. Watch this over-speeding maniac rip through the roads with no consideration for other safety. But what's funny is that the wind does its charm pretty soon, since the biker is left with no helmet visor. Karma does a good job here as it ultimately forces the biker to finally slow down and stop. Speaking of lunatics, watch these two bikers dangerously tailgate a truck up close and appear to get a kick out of it. I don't understand how the passenger is sitting there with no fear for his life. I hope this video was enough for them to be taught a lesson by the law. Can we all just agree that popping wheelies is an act of pure stupidity? I mean, take this clip as an example. Watch this guy continuously pull wheelies one after another, but immediately regret it when his friend falls off and gets left in the dust. Rest in peace to his cap and his shoe. In this hilarious clip, a biker almost gets run over by a car all thanks to his inattentiveness, but he then immediately apologizes and moves on, only to actually crash this time and fall off his bike. He's either sleepy or just doesn't know how to ride a bike at all. Would you ride a bike across thin ice? Me neither. But these young men thought it would be a great idea to do just that. It's pretty obvious what happens to both of them, and to say that they didn't deserve it would be rather illogical. I mean, why risk it in the first place, right? I don't think you've seen anything like this before. Watch this man literally sleeping on his bike as it speeds along the road. I think we all know how this one ends. It's safe to assume that he was completely awake by the end of that. This might as well be the craziest biker yet. Watch this man swerve lanes, let go of his bike, and selfishly endanger everyone else on the road. What's shocking is that the passenger is holding a baby. It just makes this a lot worse. Why endanger the poor baby? Is it just me, or should cyclists require a license to be on the roads also? I mean, we've already seen some crazy people on bicycles. This man could have lost his life here. Watch as he peacefully cycles across the road without caring to look out for cars. This unbelievable clip, two bikers are seen speeding in the opposite lane toward oncoming traffic and nearly crashing into an innocent biker going the right way. You can imagine how bad this could have turned out. Those two bikers need to be arrested. Remember what I just said about bicycles? This just goes to prove my point again. Watch this man on a bicycle nearly get hit by a car thanks to his carelessness. It seems as if he got a death wish. Who does that? So this biker thought he could casually ride along the wrong side of the road and expected to face no issue doing that. However, he soon gets hit with reality when a car almost rams right into him. Also, there may be two idiots here. The car ran a red light, didn't it? Well, this looks familiar. It is a trend to tailgate trucks in the biker world. Watch this couple get inches near a truck ahead of them and risk their lives for absolutely nothing. I mean, it would take the truck driver 1 foot on the brake and it's game over for the couple. Not worth it. What happens when you give an inexperienced person a bike? Definitely nothing good. Watch this man struggle to get the bike running and then fall right off after losing balance. Maybe try a car, fella.
Sorry. Oh yeah.
This idiot biker jumps his bike from one pier to another and somehow manages to successfully pull it off. One can only imagine the devastation if he had failed this stunt. Let's just say that he's lucky to have made it. And here we have another crazy biker pulling off a stunt that could possibly have ended his journey then and there. Why even bother to do such things in the first place? It seems as if he's mistaken stupidity for bravery. Speaking of stupidity, this biker lets his intrusive thoughts take over his mind and ends up regretting it quite instantly. It's safe to say he learned his lesson, and will make sure not to do that again. Ouch. Watch this man try to practice leaning on his bike and immediately realize that's not for him. Props to him for taking this to an empty parking lot instead of a public road, because he's definitely got some work to do. Riding a bike in the rain is a bad idea, but riding one in the snow? Then you've got a death wish. This biker, however, got lucky as traffic was scarce and his speed was low. I hope he learned his lesson because things could have ended badly here.
Pause it.
It's always a downhill road, quite literally, where you let an inexperienced biker play around with a bike. This man miserably failed to put his bike on a center stand and almost cost himself the entire thing. He's lucky that his reflexes saved his bike. Look what we have here again. Another biker pulling wheelies. And guess what happens? Yep, another despairing fail. I don't understand why there's a need to do any of this. But hey, you do you. I hope you learned your lesson though. Watch this young man flip a driver off and then immediately crash into a car. Karma does wonders at times, and this is a great example. I'm pretty sure this guy never flipped anyone off again after this. If he does, well, then we all know what could come. In this classic clip, a man puts an "I don't stop for cops" sticker on a patrol car and then flees, only to later hit a curb and fall off his bike. If this isn't instant karma, then I don't know what is. Sweet justice was served right away. And this is why you don't let emotions take over. Watch as this man fails to load his motorcycle into a truck bed multiple times before trying out something that ends up in misery. There was no need for aggression, old man, but mission accomplished, I guess? We all know that stairs aren't meant for humans to walk on, right? Well, yeah, except for this guy. Watch as he decides to ride his bike down a long flight of stairs. It all seems to work out well until he loses his balance and ends up in a wreck. Poor choice there. Ever thought of riding a bike near the docks? Well, don't. Take this clip as a lesson. One wrong move and you'll end up in the water, or maybe in a boat. But what's for sure is that your bike won't make it out unscratched. So this guy decided to do something stupid on his bike once and managed to pull it off. Then confidence took the best of him when he tries a rather crazy maneuver, only to miserably fail. I'm sure he learned his lesson. No more stunts. This man here embodies all idiot bikers out there. Watch as he plays around with a motorcycle and gets taught a harsh lesson soon after. The bike basically tells him to stop with the games. I'm sure he never did that again. Ever heard of play stupid games, win stupid prizes? Well, this clip is just that. Watch this young man on a bicycle block an entire bus from driving along and instantly gets schooled soon after. He ends up with one wrecked tire and some embarrassment on the side. Not worth it, right? This man was well on his way, happily lane splitting and breezing through traffic, until a cop blocked him and pulled him over immediately. I'm sure he had a lot of explaining to do, not to mention the hefty fine he must have had to pay. He definitely learned a lesson he very much needed. And this is what happens when you disrespect your elders. Watch this man crash into his friend immediately after flipping off an old lady. Instant karma is truly the most satisfying thing one could witness. Well, if it isn't another cyclist. Watch this lad flip a driver off and immediately pay the price for the disrespect. Nothing like some sweet karma. There's no way he's ever going to do anything like that again, that's for sure. Sometimes you know what's coming. Watch this driver predict what would happen to the cyclist about to run a red light. I think that's enough for all of them to learn and refuse to run red lights again. In this bizarre clip, more than 6 people are seen riding one bike. If this isn't a death wish, then I don't know what is. One blunder and all the riders are doomed. They all need to be schooled by the law immediately.